Alright, this is Brad from Ultra Reality Games. We're here to open the last deck, Mirror Mastery. But before we do, the launch party's this Saturday at Lakewood and Medina. All you have to do is buy one of the 5 decks. You could buy all 5 if you want to. It's an open play, so you just buy a deck, or if you pre-ordered a deck the day before and you picked it up on Friday, you can bring that one as long as you bought one of these. You can't bring your own EDH deck. You have to buy one of the Commander ones that are made, to be fair, because if you bring your own, you could have dual lands in that. And they want it to be more of a fun thing, so it's open play. It's not a tournament or anything like that. Everyone that comes gets one of these promo foil oversized Commanders at random, so you'll get one at random. They'll probably be worth quite a decent amount of money, I would say. This is the only time you're ever going to get them, and yeah, so that's it. It's just meant to be fun, nothing competitive. As you know, Commander's a casual format. It's not a competitive format. There's no ratings for it. Magic's also meant to have fun with. It doesn't have to be serious all the time. That's one reason why this format got so big. It's because it's a break from everything. Alright, this is the last deck. It's blue, red, and green. There's the reprint following the theme of Planar Chaos Dragons, and that. Here's the 2 new ones. The first one costs 3, 1 of each color. It's got protection from white and black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on it. And creature spells cost 1 less to cast for each counter on it. So you can get some big creatures out there pretty fast with him. Here's the other one. It costs 5. Whenever you cast a instant or sorcery, you could pay 2 to copy it and choose new targets. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 of that color, the other color combination, and put a token of that into the battlefield. So that card's pretty good. You copy instant, sorceries, and creatures. Usually it's just instant and sorceries, or just creatures. So this is instant, sorceries, and creatures. So the first card on the top is always one of the cards, so there it is. Reprint here, Magnus of the Vineyard from Future Sight. At the beginning of each pre-combat main phase, add 2 for each player. Veteran Explorer. When he's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each player may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield. Then each player who searches this way shuffles it, obviously. Reprint from Scourge. You go and get a guy for 6. Here's a Elf Legend. I think this card's really good. Whenever he deals damage to an opponent, to one of your opponents, its controller may draw a card. So deal damage, draw a card. Another new card, Mythic Rare. It's one of the ones in one of the foil ones. So I'll go over it again. M10 or M11 reprint, Conundrum Sphinx, Aether Snipe, the Cougar, Raptious One, Spite Bellows, Dreadwood Treefolk, Elvish Aberration, Bailiff Woodcrasher. Here's one of those 8/8s again. This one costs 6 though. Whenever he deals damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. So hitting each opponent for 8 is pretty good. Or if you give it trample, and it's different, but yeah. Another reprint card, another reprint card, another reprint card. Fault Grinder, Corrosive Tusker, Simic Sky Swallower. Things with Shroud are very good in Commander. Can't target them, so you got to wrath them away or deal lethal damage to them. Here's a new card, Trench Gorger. He's 6/6 Trampler. When he enters the battlefield, search your library for any number of lands, exile them, then shuffle your library, and then its power and toughness become all the lands you exiled. So if It's late in the game, you cast this guy, you go exile all your lands out of your deck. That's what his power and toughness is, and you're not going to draw lands for the rest of the game. Very good late game card for Commander. Avatar Fury, reprint from Prophecy. We saw Woe earlier. Magnetic Force, this is new. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player for 7/7 for 8. Artisan of Kozilek. We get a Planeswalker in this deck. Garruk Wildspeaker. We all know what Garruk does. It's pretty solid. He can fuel your mana pretty fast. Soul Ring. The Sphere again. Here's our signets. Izzet and Gruul. Lightning Greaves. The Prism. Simic Signet. Vow of Light. Vow of Lightning. Vow of Wilderness. We got Brainstorm again. Fire Ice. Really like Fire and Ice. I love this card. On Isochron Scepter, I really love that card. It's still a good card, even if you don't have an Isochron Scepter. Tribute to the Wild, Colossal Knight. Invigorate. Spell Crumple. Electrolyze. Ray of Command. Prophet Bolt. Storm card. Hunting Pact. Very, used to be played in Wake in the old days. Tutor up for it, or wish for it, I mean. Collective Voyage. This is Join Forces mechanic. You pay each player can pay X, and then each player searches for X land cards and puts them into the battlefield, tapped. So mana ramping deck here. Cultivate. Hall Breach, very good card. Destroy artifact or enchantment or both. Kodama's Reach. Fire Spout, a very nice card again. Mass Removal. Mass Removal is always good. Destroy all non-basic lands for 4. Explosive Vegetation. Chain Reaction. Death by Dragons. Vengeville Rebirth. Disaster Radius. Call of the Skybreak. Savage Twister, another Mass Removal. And here are our lands: Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, Fungal Reaches, Gruul Turf. Here's a new one. Each player gains control of all creatures he or she owns, so if they stole your guy, you get it back. Or you could give your guys haste. Nah, I'm wrong on that. You can't give them haste. Is it Boiler? It works. It's the last video. Kazandu Refuge, Ruptured Spire, my voice is starting to go. Simic Growth Chamber, Temple of the False God. We got 3 vivid lands here, and then the plains, the islands, the mountains, and the forests. So there it is. That's the last deck. One of the hottest products that we've seen in a long time. Our pre-sale price it's already close to surpassing suggested retail already. We first released it for $115. Currently, it keeps changing, but it's right around $180, depending on what our inventory is and what's going on with it. But order it. It's good. First time ever they made new cards in a set like this. I guarantee you'll get your money out of it, and it'll keep going up in value. And I think some of these cards are going to break into Legacy and Vintage to maybe make impacts too. All right, this is Brad from Ultra Reality Games signing out.